Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to New Zealand for the 11th and the 12th race in the FBRL Napa Truck Series. Fresh off his win from Finland, Kyle Springer on the pole for the first time in 2021. AJ Jones suspended following his incident with Tyler Black. Jordan Davis will be driving the 12th truck today. Replacing the 77 of Tyler Black will be Glenn Mixon. We got two 23-lap races on tap for the weekend. First race today, second race tomorrow. Inverted field as far as lead lap finishers go from this race. If you finish on the lead lap in this one and you win the race, you could be starting 30th, 33rd, heck, you could be starting 40th if everybody manages to finish this race on the lead lap. Also following Finland, Springer taking back the points lead now, a 31-point advantage over Luke Martin following pit road clearing issues that occurred there at Finland. Skinny pit road there. Today and tomorrow, no pit stops at this racetrack. The drivers will not have to pit due to these shorter races, 23 laps each. We got no leeches once again. It's sure to be a good show. Getting in on provisionals, Ace Wild, Boston Jones, Nelson Reeves, and Joshua Michaels, as Ryan Dagby has to go to the tail for failing pre-season inspection, that is. Let's go trackside. Foot of command to fire engines. We're gearing up for 23 laps of action here today at Pukekohe.
Drivers, start your engines!
So Kyle Springer, fresh off a win, gets his first pole of the season. 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s alongside that win for Springer, as Luke Martin comes in with just 4 wins, 7 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. Only 4 wins. Most wins in the series on the season, and in series history at that. Kyle Springer was fastest in practice with a 54.224. There were 3 Chevys, 3 Rams, and 4 Fords inside the top 10 in practice. No Toyotas to show in practice, but of course it is just practice. Fall off here can get to about 0.6 of a second, maybe about to a second over this 23-lap race. It's cloudy skies, 15-mile-an-hour winds coming from the west, and 50 degrees, nice and cool in New Zealand this weekend. As we gear up for the first race, they'll go under the Victoria Bitter sign, and we are Green Flag Racing from New Zealand. These first few corners are the most treacherous. Ooh, Springer gets a little wide, gets on the rumble strip, so does Lane Sanders. Front of the field looking good. Back of the field is where you want to watch. 3 wide a bit, but they kept it together down to the hairpin. This is the heaviest braking zone on the entire track, from 155 miles an hour down to about 35. Things are going to get really tight really fast. As Goforth goes off the track, so does JD Martin. Alexa Luchon is around. Brett Houck with heavy front end damage. And that is known as the dump corner, the junkyard dumpster corner. As Roberto Crown Jr. also with a ton of damage. Nobody to pit road. Oh, actually, never mind. Brett Houck is going down the pit road as we complete the first lap of the race. Springer is your race leader. This is another treacherous area right here. As, oh, Huck Davis and Sebastian Kugelon got turned hard into the tires. And their days appear to be over now with the inverted field. Again, you have to finish on the lead lap to be inverted, as it looks like somebody else has gone off track, and that is Cody Goforth. As Kugelon and Huck Davis, their trucks are destroyed. As this hairpin corner will be a big push and shove type of turn all race long, as Ryan Dagby has already made his way inside the top 30. Just to give you guys another idea of what happened there in the hairpin on lap 1. You see everybody just hard on the brakes, and it will accordion very fast here in this turn. And there you see the bumping starts to begin around Cody Goforth. And then it's just on from there with Lucian and Brett Houck and many drivers getting a ton of front and back end damage. Chase Dunbar actually went sliding off into the grass. I'm not sure what happened there, but he came right back across into KT Larson. Ian Brandt, TJ Smith got involved with nowhere to go. Benny Watson. Several drivers you see hitting the brakes. And look at Ryan Dagby there, right to the inside to shoot his way through as Bob Burns gets into Nick Breeding and takes away his traction. And then I believe Joshua Michaels got into Bob Burns. But anybody who started at the back here today was in for a heck of a ride here going into the hairpin on lap 1. Here's what happened with Chase Dunbar. See, he gets on the brakes. Oh, he turned right and Ace Wild was there and just kind of shoved him into the corner, and bam, around a lot of people went. Dunbar, though, would continue on as Brett Houck was the first to pit road. You go up a little ways, not even really 15 seconds later, and Kukulon looked really slow getting passed by Christian Vargas, and then right there, Huck Davis completely misses the corner. And Kukulon had nowhere to go, and they turned themselves into the tires. Hard lick for both drivers. And they will have to start at the rear as Cody Goforth just kind of missed the corner and got into the tires again there at the end. Well, this was not the start to their weekend that Single Z Racing wanted following Tyler Black's accident back at Finland. You see Kukulon just losing a ton of spots here. Just seems down on power. Then Huck Davis just misses it in the grass, and nowhere for these guys to go. And man, what a turn of events for them. I mean, they just came from Chicagoland in the Sony Cup Series after both finishing inside the top 10. And, you know, this is not the way they wanted their day here at Pukekohe Park to go. And they will have to start at the back in race 2. Up at the front of the field, it's Kyle Springer leading the way over Luke Martin. Jordan Davis in 3rd, Gatlin Downey 4th, Larry Hagan 5th, Lane Sanders 6th, Griffin Label McDermott 7th. What a good run for that 25 machine so far. Blake Warren 8th, Malik Nevins in 9th, and Christian Vargas rounds out the top 10. A lot of silly season stuff got announced over the past few weeks. One of those things was Huck Davis to the number 12 for Young Motorsports, as AJ Jones will go over to Coyote Autosport, as Coyote will buy up Texan at the end of the year. Coyote will also have William Brock in a truck. Hardy's National Series driver currently driving for Shea Benyako Racing. But Jordan out here filling in for AJ Jones. Probably wanted to race up front with Huck, but Huck there missing the corner, getting in that accident. So far, I believe we have 2 confirmed drivers out of the race, as Brett Houck is still on the track. No new drivers to hit pit road just yet. As you look at the back of the field, several drivers struggling, including Bob Burns, Nick Breeding, Joshua Michaels, etc. But if all of these guys finish on the lead lap, the last 2 drivers on the lead lap will start on the front row. Right now, we've got 38 drivers. As you see Mitchell Carter putting a move on Nelson Reeves for 24th place. As Ryan Dagby's up here. Ooh, a little contact there with Nelson Reeves. Beating and banging. Dagby the fastest truck back here outside of the top 20. So how about Ian Brandt inside the top 20? Got that top 10 at Finland. How about Ricky Freeman Jr., Dewey Schramm III having good days so far? Bit of a calmer race than we expected. Look at Zachary DeLello up in 14th. How about Kyle Vaughters there in the 34? He just signed the deal to drive Team Velocity's number 2 truck next season full-time. He's running very well here so far today. Oh, and the big one for Anjado was as Downey is getting passed by Hagan, and Griffin Label McDermott just put a move on Lane Sanders. But Anjado signed 2 drivers over the break. Jordan Davis to the number 4, running full-time, or not Jordan Davis, Jordan Fisher is going to run full-time for Anjado next year. He's got 2 races left on his schedule for 2021. That was a pretty bad blurb there, or mess up. And then driving this number 70 machine next year will be Bob Burns. as Griffin Label McDermott and Lane Sanders continue the race side by side. Davis all over Luke Martin's bumper, and just to reflect on the screw up there. I mean, you think of a Jordan, you think of Jordan Davis because it's Jordan Davis, 3-time Sony Cup Series champion. You don't really think of Jordan Fisher, but that was a big mistake on my part there. Anyways, back to the racing. These 5 appear to be the best trucks on the track, as nobody has been able to challenge Springer just yet. He's been keeping Luke Martin about the same distance away. As they run with this win, Springer would gain 6 points on the championship. So it looks like Joshua Michaels has had an issue, and he is on pit road. Joshua Michaels was racing Nick Breeding for 32nd, and he just swung it a little too wide on the right-hander. Goes off into the grass. When you get in that grass, you are done for. You cannot slow down, and that is the end of Joshua Michaels' day. Mentioned Jordan Fisher running this 4 machine full-time next year. Unknown what the plans will be for KT Larson. Anjado still has 1 truck left available. KT has not yet been signed by anybody for 2022. Running part-time for Anjado this year as Dagby puts a move on Mitchell Carter. That is for 24th place. So Dagby so far has kept his nose clean in this race after having to start at the back. And he's looking to get as many points as possible here. He will likely be in a very good starting spot, depending on how many trucks get inverted for race 2. As because of this penalty, Dagby is likely the favorite to perform well, or actually win the race in race 2, because he started in the back in this race. But it is still the monster that is this racetrack, and it is a challenge. As Dagby's gonna turn KT Larson. Oh, and we missed it, but she hit that fence there, or that wall, whatever you want to call it, the guardrail, and her truck is destroyed. Dagby getting a little ambitious there, and that takes KT Larson out of this race. Take another look at it here. Dagby looks to the right side of KT Larson, and he just kind of slid up into her, I believe. KT just got sent right into the grass, and boom. That truck is messed up, and I believe KT Larson will be done for the race. Battles on for 7th place as Christian Vargas passes Blake Warren. So the battle is over, I guess, for now. Griffin Label McDermott has closed up the gap to 5th place Larry Hagan as Christopher Jones just passed Ryan Butcher for 10th. Lane Sanders has kind of faded. He's down to 12th. He appears to have some right side damage. It looks like Lane might have been turned at some point. Just a small turn into the wall. Sometimes off the hairpin, they like to clip each other on the back end there. Sometimes it gets a little too close for comfort. As Butcher looks to pass back Christopher Jones. The top 17 appear to have a pretty good hold on their positions. There you see the gap from Dewey Schramm III back to Ricky Freeman Jr. It's KT Larson to pit road. Francois Chastain having another decent run. He is running in 15th place as Sanders and Vaughters go side by side. There you see, they can go side by side through those corners, but it is difficult and it is tight when they are able to do it. Top 6 have pulled away from Vargas, as still nobody has been able to challenge Kyle Springer. Got another incident on our hands. Boston Jones, Nelson Reeves racing for 26th. Boston gets a bit in the grass there, and then Ace gets hit by, I believe that is Benny Watson. Ace hits the tires the hardest. Watson just kind of sticks the nose in there after bouncing off the 23 truck. He keeps going. Ace's day is over. Fastest lap on the race belongs to one Larry Hagan with a 54.242. Vargas second on the board. Lane Sanders third. Griffin Leeple McDermott fourth. And Blake Warren fifth. And that is the draft talking, as Springer's fastest lap is a 54.404. Davis with a 4.13. Luke Martin with a 4.46. Downey with a 3.55. As Downey's going to put a move on Jordan Davis for third place. Napa Truck Series electing to run two different drag packages here this weekend. Right now they're running the higher drag package. Tomorrow they're running the lower drag package. As Griffin Leeple McDermott put a move on Larry Hagan for fifth place. Downey and Davis racing hard side by side for third. That's allowing the top two to pull away. Coming into this race, Griffin Leeple McDermott with two top 10s on the season. Has not yet recorded a top 5 in his career. And they're looking to split Davis 3 wide. Look at this. 3 wide into the hairpin for third. Ooh, GLM's going to get a little close there on the curbing. He backs out of it. Back to side by side. Davis will clear Gatlin Downey for the position. But all that hard racing has allowed Luke Martin and Kyle Springer to pull away. A full 2.3 seconds. They gap third place. And unless something happens to these top two, the battle for the win is on between just them. Meanwhile, this has allowed Vargas, Blake Warren, and Nevins to close the gap. 10th on back is about 2 seconds behind them. You see Butcher, Christopher Jones, Vaughters, Lane Sanders, and Valello down to 14th. And then a big old gap to Aiden Smith and Dewey Schramm the third, 15th and 16th. As Zachary DeLello just passed Lane Sanders for 13th. This happened a lap ago. Chastain racing Aiden Smith for position. And Chastain just overshoots the corner. And his day is over. And then JD Martin spins it out. Loses several positions. They continue on. Great angles here from the spectator cameras. You can even call them that. People up there on the bird watching towers. The center of the track as Downey puts a move on Davis for third again. Now Hagan under fire from Vargas for sixth. Davis will hold on to third. Ooh, Blake Warren really making it tight there. Looking 3 wide there for the position. Vargas and Hagan still side by side. 4th, 6th place. Ooh, contact between Blake Warren and Larry Hagan, and that's going to send Warren off the track. And a top 10 day for Blake Warren gone. That'll move Christopher Jones into the top 10. Contact made between teammates racing with Christian Vargas. And Vargas might just lose 7th to Malik Nevins. And that is exactly what's going to happen. But a tough break for Blake Warren. As we have 9 laps to go here at Pukekohe. How about Griffin Leeple McDermott here today, though? Running in 5th place in what some have dubbed the Weeb-mobile. Not sure if anybody in New Zealand knows what is on this truck. but it sure as heck stands out. As Springer continues to lead at the front of the field. Ooh, got a little off the track there. That might create an opening for Luke Martin. As you got your favorite combination of snack and drink at the front. You got your Kit Kat and your Jack Daniels and your Coca-Cola. Sounds like a great old time to me, but 7-Up is just closing in behind. Actually, not closing in at all, but we are closing in on some lap trucks. And that is Chase Dunbar in the 67 and Brett Houck in the 40. What actually happened to the 67's front end? This happened several laps ago when Watson came out of pit road. He got in the grass and Dunbar just had nowhere to go and slammed it into the back end. And Dunbar subsequently came down pit road to remove the front end. More battles for position gone wrong. This was for 22nd between Boston Jones and Bilson. Boston goes off the track, tries to get it wound up, puts the driver's side into the tires. He's able to keep it rolling, but he would retire for the remainder of the race. And that'll stick the 62 machine down at the bottom of the starting grid for race number 2. 8 laps to go at Pukekohe. Field pretty much strung out. Christopher Jones all over the bumper. Ryan Butcher looking for 9th. Vaughters is right there in 11th as DeLello puts a move on him. Ooh, some contact there. As you see Vaughters with front end damage now. Lane Sanders right here running in 13th as Ryan Dagby is looking to take 16th place away from Alexa Lucian. They are up here racing by themselves. Ian Brandt, Ricky Freeman Jr. Inside the top 20 is Glenn Mixon. Was in 20th, but now I believe him and Ricky Freeman just got passed by Zachary Bilson. What a run for this number 3 machine. Trying to get that truck inside the top 30 in owner points. As several drivers are going to swing it around. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, some contact there between Breeding and J.D. Martin, but they keep it together. We currently have 31 trucks on the lead lap. As Nelson Reeves appears to maybe have had an issue. Not sure what that issue would have been. It's still Springer and Luke Martin at the front. 4 seconds ahead of Jordan Davis, as now Griffin Leopold McDermott has made it up to 4th place. Move Malik Nevins up to 7th over Christian Vargas. As the racing for these top 10 positions continue to heat up. And they see top 5s just ahead of them in the form of Gatlin Downey. As Griffin Leopold McDermott was peeking to the right side of Jordan Davis. There he goes. GLM looking for 3rd place on a 3-time Sony Cup Series champion. Can he take the position? This would be a huge run for Griffin Leopold McDermott. Looking for that first career top 5. What a better way than to get a podium on top of it. Vargas passing back Malik Nevins as Griffin Leopold McDermott clears Jordan Davis for 3rd place. What a move. Christopher Jones back by Butcher now for 9th. Lane Sanders has made it by Kyle Vaughters for 12th. Stewie Schramm III is in front of Aiden Smith. That's 14th, 15th. Dagby, Lucian, Ian Brandt, Bilson, Glenn Mixon on debut, running in 20th place. He is the highest running single Z racing truck on track. As right now the front row provisionally will be Brett Houck and Chase Dunbar. But that is if they can stay on the lead lap. Cody Goforth looks to be in good spirits. Oh, but Springer and Luke Martin are right here. And with 4 laps to go, lap traffic could play the hand. And who wins this race? Dunbar always seems to be a lap down when it comes to Springer or Luke Martin leading at a road course. It first happened back at Watkins Glen, and then it just recently happened with Springer leading in Finland. But Springer will get to the right side of Dunbar, make quick work. Oh, but now he's going to get kind of blocked by Brett Houck. Nope, Houck moves to the left as they catch Nelson Reeves. Reeves appears to be even further off the pace compared to the 40 and the 67. As Springer will clear the 10. Luke Martin still struggling to get by the 40. And that is going to let Springer gap the 15. Ooh, Reeves got a little loose there. As Dunbar now is going to use the 10 as a pick to pass Brett Houck. But all three of these drivers will no longer be a part of the inversion as they have fallen a lap down. And that gives the front row right now to Cody Goforth and Roberto Crown Jr. Several drivers looking good to start somewhere close to the front. What a day for Ryan Dagby after starting last. Got it up to 16th place. Also saw him run his way up through the field at Finland. So this 5 truck is fast. But Dagby just needs to execute on the qualifying better if he's to start running up front more consistently. As now third on back will approach the slow trucks of Reeves, Houck, and Dunbar. Griffin Lapel McDermott will be the first one up. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Springer has a 0.6 of a second lead over Luke Martin. Nelson Reeves will be cleared by all 4 of these trucks easily. Next up is Brett Houck. Griffin Label McDermott will get to the right side of his truck as well. Up at the front, coming to the white flag, it's Kyle Springer and Luke Martin. They're in the opposite positions from where they finished at Watkins Glen. Is Luke able to do anything to get by Kyle Springer? Or will Springer be the second driver to win back-to-back in 2021? Both drivers are looking at their 8th top 5s on the season. Springer's looking at what would be his 10th top 10 and 10th top 10 in a row. Can Luke get any kind of draft here and make a dive bomb here in the hairpin? Oh, he's throwing it in there. Can he get to Springer's back bumper? Not quite. Can he do anything in these last few corners? Coming through the S's to the checkered flag after his first career win at Finland. Springer's going to continue a little bit of international dominance. Springer wins the first race of New Zealand. And gets his 10th straight top 10 finish. Griffin Label McDermott holds on for third, just barely edges out Jordan Davis. Gatlin Downey in 5th. Larry Hagan 6th. Vargas 7th. Christopher Jones 8th. Butcher 9th. And DeLello 10th as Nevins fell down to 11th there at the end. Not sure what happened to him. And it looks like TJ Smith fell off track there. As something happened to perhaps him and JD Martin. Well, this was at 2 to go. TJ Smith and JD Martin racing with, wow, Ricky Freeman Jr. And, oh, JD just got sent himself right off into the tires there. TJ along with him. TJ would go on to finish the race on the lead lap, so he will start on the front row with Cody Goforth. But, man, JD Martin went for an ambitious move there at 2 to go, and it's going to cost him a top 10 starting position for the second race. But this man right here, Kyle Springer, he's your race winner as we're looking at old footage. Basically, they are on the white flag lap again at this point. But Kyle Springer is your winner in race number 1. He will start in 27th place, as ticker is not going to be correctly showing JD a lap down. 27 drivers will be inverted. Springer and Luke Martin will start back in the field, 27th and 26th respectively. Here come your official race results, and I will see you guys tomorrow for race number 2.